All right, today we're diving into Visakhapatnam, a really fascinating city on India's east coast. I mean, think about it. How many cities have a real, decommissioned submarine just sitting right there on the beach? Around here, everyone calls it Vizag, and its identity is this incredible mix of different worlds colliding.
But before we get into the details, just think about this for a second. What actually gives a city its character, its soul? Is it the monuments, the natural scenery, or is it the energy of the people who live there? Well, in the case of Vizag, it's not just one of those things. It's this powerful blend of all three that makes it so unique.
So, the big idea we're going to explore is how this Visakhapatnam is this amazing point of convergence. Just picture it. You have the powerful, proud legacy of the Indian Navy, you've got the chill, laid-back vibe of a beach town, and then you have these absolutely breathtaking landscapes. And it all comes together right at the ocean's edge. That, in a nutshell, is Vizag.
Okay, so let's start with the first piece of its identity, a really deep, patriotic connection to the sea. In Vizag, naval history isn't something that's just stuck in a textbook. No way. It's a living, breathing part of the city's soul.
Right along its coast, you've got these three powerful symbols that kind of stand guard over its naval heritage. There's the Victory at Sea War Memorial, which honors a really critical moment in the nation's history. Then there's the INS Kursura. That's the real submarine you can actually walk through. And finally, the huge MV Ma ship. Each one tells a different part of the very same story.
The year 1971 is absolutely central to this story. It marks a huge naval victory for India, and it's the whole reason the Victory at Sea Memorial is there in the first place. It's a tribute to a moment of immense national pride.
And this is just the perfect example of how history is woven right into daily life here. The memorial, with actual retired fighter planes and a tank, isn't tucked away somewhere. It's standing proudly right on the main beach road, a constant reminder of the nation's heroes, all set against the beautiful, calm backdrop of the sea. Next up is the INS Kursura Submarine Museum. Now, what makes this place so special isn't just that you get to walk through a real submarine, which is cool enough. The real magic is that the tours are often led by retired naval personnel, so you get to hear the stories directly from the people who lived them, which creates this incredibly powerful human connection to it all.
And to complete this whole coastal scene, you've got the MV Maya ship. Now, it's not a museum, but just its sheer presence out there is this constant, dramatic visual that really reinforces the city's identity as a working, breathing maritime hub.
Okay, so moving on from naval history, we get to the second layer of Vizag's identity. Its absolutely breathtaking natural frame. The city's character is just so profoundly shaped by its panoramic coastline and the incredible views it has to offer.
You can really see the city's relationship with the sea through its two main lighthouses. First, there's Dolphin's Nose, which is perched way up on a hill, and it gives you that iconic, sweeping panoramic view that you see in all the photographs. Then you have the Visakhapatnam Lighthouse, which is more of a classic beacon standing watch over the water, a direct nod to the city's maritime purpose. So you have two different beacons offering two really unique perspectives of the very same ocean.
So we've seen the history and the natural beauty. Now let's tune into that third layer, the vibrant, modern pulse of the city itself. This is really where culture, community, and the simple joy of everyday life all come together.
And the best place to feel this pulse is hands down Ramakrishna Beach, or just RK Beach, as everybody calls it. Just imagine this. You're taking a stroll as the sun sets, you're grabbing some amazing local street food, and you're just soaking in the energy of all the families and friends gathering around you. It's the living, breathing heart of the city's social life. And this energy just radiates all along the coast. You see it in the Love Vizag installation, which is this bright, modern symbol of civic pride. And you feel it at Matsya Darshini, the aquarium that draws tons of families to the waterfront, lending a little bit of education with a whole lot of entertainment. So how do all these really distinct elements, the naval valor, the coastal views, the vibrant city life, how do they truly converge? Well, this is where Visakhapatnam's layered identity comes into full focus. Let's just lay it all out side by side. You have the naval valor embodied by the Submarine Museum and the War Memorial. You have these sweeping coastal views from places like Dolphin's Nose. And you have that electric city vibe you feel at RK Beach. But the key takeaway here is that these aren't separate attractions. They're all interwoven threads, often just steps from one another along the very same stretch of coast. And really, that's the ultimate takeaway. Visakhapatnam isn't just a port or just a beach town. It's this incredibly dynamic place where the story of a nation's pride, the story of nature's beauty, and the story of modern city life all meet right there at the water's edge.
So this leaves us with a final thought to chew on. Every city that has a shoreline, whether it's an ocean, a lake, or even a river, has a story to tell right at its edge. What story does yours tell? Thanks so much for joining us.